Hello, everybody. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Float Fishing series. Today, I'm actually back over on Mosquito. Figured I'd do a little bit of fishing here. Needed to do a bit of shopping as well, too, so I came on over here. And decided to go for potentially some bream here and perch and chub. So, with it raining, I really wanted to go for bream. And with it raining, I figured I'd give Bream a shot a bit early. So right now the bottom rod is on Bream, and the two bolo rods are set up for perch or chub. And we'll see what we can get for today. Just a heads up, this might be either a short episode or a split episode. Got a little bit of time to record right now, and then I've got to head out for a little bit. Then I may come back and record some more, or I may just do a shorter episode. So just a heads up before I get started on that. I try to do things all in one day as much as I can, but wanted to fish. I have been kind of looking around for what's going to be next for us if we're wanting to get to a double-digit kilo telescopic rod. Like I've been thinking, we're looking at about 1,000 silver, and right now we have 100, so we got a ways to go there. Looks like another chub with the rain. I'm not entirely surprised. No, that was a tiny, tiny roach. I didn't know it was raining when I came here. Probably should have checked the weather a little bit more than I did, but it is what it is. Wrong button. One thing I do want to buy is an actual, and I should have done it before I even ran over here. I actually may run back to the shop and buy it before bream time. Is a second actual bolo float to put on this rod. I think I am going to run back and go fetch that real quick. It's about 30 silver if I remember correctly. Small gibble on bream baits. Interesting. So, gonna run back. I'm gonna pause while I'm running back just because I'm sure you don't want to see me run all the way around the lake here. So we're right here. Town's back here. So I'm gonna pause. I'll be right back, and we'll see what we can get bream wise. And we're back over here. I have been hearing the bottom rod jingle from pretty much the entire run back. So we'll see what we have on here. And so it sounds like someone's dreaming a little bit. So there's an occasional dog dreaming noises coming through. That's why. And looks like a bream. 1.2 kilo bream. I did see as I was running away, someone pulled a 2.2 kilo bream out. So I think we're looking good for that. And I am going to just kind of reset these. I did not mean to leave them out when I ran off. I realized basically when I got back to town that I hadn't taken them out of the water or closed the reels either. So The fish got it. It could have swam to the far end of the lake and had no problems getting there. All right, so I did grab a new bolo float, so that means we need to change the rig to a Bolognese rig and put on the new float. Doesn't really get us a whole lot of difference on this rod. We've got, as far as our skills go, we've got 3 in using a bolo rig, fixed line rig, and 3 in using a bolo rig, so no difference there. It does matter on rod 2 because rod 2 has a bonus to being a bolo, and it's already, at least it should be unless I was dumb, yeah, it's already in a bolo configuration. One of those I was gonna say something and then wanted to make sure I didn't do a dumb as I was saying it. So here, when it gets a little bit darker out, we'll switch the bolo rods over to fishing for bream as well. Cottage cheese dough is what I read is, or what I saw is decent here. I'll probably put one of the bolo rods on garlic dough and see if it's any more active. Tiny bream. And we are back at Mosquito, so I would expect to catch some smaller fish, since it is more of a beginner lake. But I've seen some pretty good bream get pulled out of here on VK, so figured it's different, and I needed to come back here to get a new bolo float and poke around at options for new rods as well. All right, let's go ahead and put cottage cheese on this one. I don't know if I'm insane or not, but I saw the float disappear and I immediately pulled it out and there was nothing on it. So I don't know, nothing on this one either. So let's go ahead and try garlic dough here. Marker bream, but just barely. With the rain, the water is pretty bouncy, so it's hard to tell when there's something on your floats right now. I could probably go a little deeper with the floats as well too. I'm at about a 1.3 excuse me, 1.3 1.35 meter. The wind's pretty bad out there today, and when I was taking the dog for a walk, the My allergies started picking up a little bit. It's actually a pretty nice day. High 50s, maybe even 60 degrees. Which for Thanksgiving is great. There's been multiple times it's been snowy and icy. See if we can't attract some breams. Someone just had a pike say hello. It's still early for bream time, so I'm not entirely surprised. It's slow, but the rain and the fog may help. We do have 7 fish in the net already too, though, so in 11 minutes, so that's not too bad. Looks like another decent fish. Might be a bit small. Yeah. Sounds like a flock of geese or ducks are flying over outside. Just heard a bunch of honkers. I'm going to go a little bit deeper down to 2 meters. And on this rod, I'm going to pull it in to 8 meters. The reason I do that is if you think about a bottom rod, you may cast it out 12 meters, but then it has to fall down. So you're not really 12 meters out. You're more like 10 meters, 9 meters, depending on how deep it is. Whereas a bowler rod, you cast it out 8 meters and then it hangs down from there, that 1 or 2 meters. So, not sure it's going to make any difference, but we'll give it a try. Especially since now 2200 is usually the start of true bream time. I did have a lot of fun last night on my main Tucker Live account. Dang it! Fishing at bear. I haven't fished much at bear in the past. and caught some really fun fish last night. A couple of big black carp, a couple of big grassy carp, a couple of 15-kilo mirror carp. So in about an hour, I only caught 24 fish, but I had over 100 kilos. And one of them was a tiny, tiny fish, too. So an average of 5 kilos of fish is not bad. And it was about 200 silver, too. So it was a lot of fun. Obviously, would love to get there with this account. 18 unlocks bear, but the equipment we have right now is a little too small for that. Just a little bit. Using caliber HSVs and 12 to 15 kilo reels as well too. So the fish that we were pulling in were basically at the limits on the caliber HSV when I was pulling in the 15 kilo mirror carp. Each turn of the reel would take probably 45 seconds to make a full rotation. I was wondering what was going on because it was the first big fish I'd caught on that reel that I'd just bought on that account. For some reason, I'd skipped over those reels years ago when I was playing on that account more. And I was thinking there was something wrong with it because it just took forever to reel anything in. Because it was matched almost perfectly to the strength of the fish. The fish wasn't able to pull line out, and I barely was able to pull any line in. Another marker gibble, not what I expected. Just think about if you follow that line down, we're still probably too far out on these rods. Definitely on rod 3, but it's an 8-meter rod to begin with, so casting out anything is difficult there. That'll be a good one for river fishing, but here, not as much. Well, if you're a new person right now, this would not be a bad place to start fishing with bottom rod. It's been pretty active so far. I had 3 bottom rods out. And it's been pretty reasonable. Looks like someone else is fishing here that might be recording. Unfortunately, from a at least bolo perspective, this has not been what I wanted. telesticks are a little bit shorter, so I think they'll cast. The clip I've seen is 12 here, so we're probably not getting out 12 there, but again, we're hanging straight down from where we get, so we're probably getting 6, 7, 8 meters out. And with how rainy it is, at least there'll be free food at the end of this. I did grab my free food before I started today. Wouldn't mind getting another trophy today. Had some fun on my spin fishing account today. Had an unexpected trophy over there. And of course, hooked 2 big fish at the same time, so I didn't get a chance to look at it much when I caught it. So I had to actually chase another even bigger fish. That wasn't a trophy just because it was small for its species. But big for my equipment. Looks like everyone just slowed down to nothing here. His chat died too. Which that's not unheard of for Bream. A lot of times, 20 to 2400 midnight, they're active, then they slow down for a bit, and then they pick back up first thing in the morning. MJ Play just got himself another one. Dig some more worms. I wouldn't mind working on bait harvesting as well, but there's not a significant need to just grind it up or anything like that. Poor dog just scared himself. He knocked something over in his sleep. So decent 1.3 kilo bream there. Get the glass off the dog that he knocked over. It was empty, luckily. Feels like float, for whatever reason, just isn't seeing much here, which is interesting. I guess the fish are really along the bottom. In the rain, I could see that. because they don't like the sound of the water, raindrops hitting the water. It's scary. We still have 12 fish and some pretty decent fish, especially for a mosquito. I do need to take off here in about 5 or 10 minutes. So probably once the sun starts coming up, we may have to cut off here, but we'll see. Here we go. It's not a trophy, but it's reasonable. $1.747. I have not looked for bigger bolo rods. I think both of the ones we have, this one does 7.4 kilo, and this one's I think is even smaller. Yeah, this one's only 4.7. So gonna have to look for that as well too. But that'll be even more expensive because we'll need a rod and a reel. Whereas telescopic, we just need the reel or the strike one, Tucker. We just need the rod on telescopic. There is no reel on telescopics. Yeah, this another gibble. Interesting. I honestly think the float rods are just way too far out. That's part of why I picked that one up and brought it in because I was gonna think if you chase that down another meter and a half, you're gonna end up right around where that float is now into the water. Another 2 meters maybe. Actually gonna reel this in about as far as I can. That will keep the water or the float still in the water. Looks like I might have been right. I just saw a bite there. And looks like the other rod is now too deep. So let's go down to 1.5. I just saw a bite on the telescopic when I was doing that. Okay, so popping it up is not an actual bite. I always think it is, but it's not. Come on, fishy fish. Come on, fishy fish. There's a couple good breams. And other people. Where's mine? Or running 7. Oversized his stuff, broke his reel, and then tore his line. Missed that one. At least got this one. About 35 minutes in. Been a little underwhelming spot for me. We'll see how 7 to 8 o'clock goes. And then I probably have to take off from there. I will at least run around and see how much this stuff's worth. I didn't look at cafes or anything like that to see if there are any orders. All right, I'm done. There's a fish on here? What? Okay. I'm confused. I'll take it, but I'm confused. There was no signs of that tench whatsoever on that rod. I have no idea if it had been sitting on there forever or what. I was literally just picking the rod up to go sell everything. I got frustrated on the bowler rod where there should have been a bite and I picked it up and the fish fell off. I'm actually curious. Are the hooks getting worn out at all? 0% wear. No. Didn't think so, but wanted to at least look. All right. Do another dig. Up to 43.6. So fish market, probably 40 silver. 25. Not very good. Cafe. 3 gibbles. We got that. Common roach. Didn't get 5 roaches. Perch, rough. Perch, common. So nothing else major here. If I'd seen the frog, I might have tried for that. Bleak would be an easy one, but 20 silver. Nah. Not really worth it for us at this point. But so 28 silver there overnight. Not the best, not the worst. But was at least worth a try over here. So like I said, this may be the end of the episode. This may not. I don't know. Depends on how I feel when I get back from having dinner with my mom here. So I had to head out though. So this is the end. Hope you all have good tight lines and we will see you all tomorrow. This isn't the end. Future Tucker will be back here in a couple seconds and we'll keep going. Either way, have a good one and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.